Hey guys, I just wanted to make a little follow-up video on the PTB changes. For my other video, I just gave my initial thoughts on the changes, and now that I've had the chance to kind of play on the PTB a little more, I wanted to go over a few more things, as well as show off some of my goofy and interesting findings. First things first, I wanted to quickly talk about the nurse. Now that I've had more time to play around on the PTB and test out the changes to her add-ons, my stance on her nerf still stands. I think making her blinks count as special attacks and no longer working with perks like Noed, Devour Hope, and Starstruck is a very good change. This will kind of help switch up some of the metas on nurse and make some chases a little easier on survivors, but overall I don't think this is going to make a very massive change to her. Nurse's strength has always come from her power itself and being able to teleport through walls and deny loops altogether. Because of that, I think Nurse will still continue to be the strongest killer in the game by far, unless that changes. With that out of the way, I do think that the reworks done to her add-ons should be adjusted again before hitting the live servers. For the most part, her add-on reworks aren't that bad, with the exception of a few. The main one being her Generous Last Breath. After using all blink tokens, the nurse can immediately blink back to her original position where she first started the blink. After returning, all blink charges are restored, and the nurse can then blink again using all of her tokens before fatiguing. So this is a crazy strong add-on on its own, allowing the nurse to blink 5 times with just base kit. So 2 blinks forward, 1 blink back, and then another 2 blinks in any direction she wants before the fatigue hits. Many people on the PTB are running this with the Torn Bookmark add-on to give her an extra blink, which then brings this up to a total of 7 blinks. It's kind of crazy to see that we've come full circle and now have 7 blink nurse back again, so I really hope that Behavior adjusts or reworks this add-on specifically before releasing it to live servers. Now moving on to some of the goofy PTB moments, I've experienced a lot of really wacky bugs that are kind of just baffling to me because they have nothing to do with what's being changed. And the first one I wanted to show you is this pig head trap bug that essentially lets you transfer timers from one trap to another. But how this works is you put a trap on one survivor, you get that first trap to activate, and you let the survivor remove it. And then once you catch them again, you put a second trap on that same survivor, and then when that trap activates, it'll have whatever the remaining time on the first trap was. So for example, if that first trap had 10 seconds left on it when that, survivor got the trap off, when the second trap activates, the survivor will only have that 10 seconds left to remove it before it pops. So pretty goofy and very, very interesting moments came out of this. This next bug is for the Legion skin Fluorescent Fear from the Midsummer Mayhem collection. You can see in the main lobby it, for whatever reason, looks pure white, which is not at all what the skin is supposed to look like, but then in-game it interacts with shadows in a really funky way, and so it looks literally pure black. Like, my man straight up looks like a shadow, even when you step into direct sunlight. On the survivor side, I found an adrenaline bug that allows you to proc adrenaline up to 3 times in one game. The first time is when the last gen pops, you get your usual speed boost and heal health state if you're injured, and then from there, if you go down and get hooked, when you get off the hook, adrenaline will go off again. So basically what happens is it acts the same way as it normally does if you're like on a hook and the last gen pops. When you get off the hook, it'll then proc it, only in this case you can use it every single time you get unhooked, even if you've already used it earlier, so you can use it up to 3 times. Very first time it procs when the gen pops, and then 2 times if you haven't been hooked yet. And this next one here I think is perhaps the most well-known bug in the PTB at the moment. It is the Play With Your Food nurse bug. Normally after gaining a Play With Your Food stack, anytime you swing, regardless of whether you hit a survivor or not, you would consume a stack. But with the new changes to nurse and her power no longer counting as a basic attack, as long as she blinks before she swings at a survivor, she never loses any stacks. And because of this, even when Nurse is in her fatigue, if she has all 3 stacks, she's absolutely zooming around, especially if you include the Matchbox add-on to increase her base movement speed. Keep in mind, this has been confirmed to be a bug and will not be staying in the game, but I did record a few matches using this and just wanted to kind of give you a little glimpse into this nightmare-fueled Nurse. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of these types of talking videos, and if you want to see more in the future. I'm a sausage. I'm a sausage.